Martin, it's a big 4-2 win here against Weston Super Mare. You must be delighted.
Yeah, it's a really interesting game. I thought the first half they started really quickly. It's a long way to come up for a night game from down at Weston Super Mare. Had the penalty not been saved, we might be having a very different conversation. But the truth is, Mark Beanie did save it, and Mitchell Beanie did save it. Mark Beanie's his dad. Mitch Beanie did save it well, a brilliant save. And we sort of took it on from there a little bit, and I thought our equaliser was a super goal, a counter-attacking goal. And when Paul Rooney gets into his stride, he's got a great touch in front of goals, great finish. But of course Luke Coulson was involved in that, and involved in pretty much everything that we did well. And sometimes you wait for the match announcement and you think, oh my goodness, how did they see that? We were all going, it must be Luke, and it was. And he played a huge part in the second half, and we've ended up with a win, not without the Dartford scare at the end. I think Alex Wardle obviously came on and made a big contribution with his 2 goals. One of the officials didn't think, so I'm led to believe, that it was a second foul. The referee did, and it's his right to do that. We can't appeal it because it's just a yellow card. So bittersweet for Alex, but the 2 goals I think will trump the fact that he'll have to miss a game.
Yeah, you mentioned Luke Coulson a moment ago. I mean, we scored 4 tonight and he was involved in all 4 of them. He led well as the captain, so when he plays like that, he's almost unplayable. Yeah,
I just said in the dressing room afterwards, I think the players deserve huge credit for the second half performance. It wasn't up to our standards in the first half, and we know the supporters are a bit disenchanted with some of the away performances. I think the run of results at home has been very good, and I think that's been overlooked. The fact that we finished second last season, I think, has been overlooked. Whether we set standards that people are expecting us to blitz and blaze a trail all the way up into the National League, well, football's not like that. And I know Douse has been working tirelessly to try and get the group into the sort of shape that our best football has shown, not just tonight, but in the other home games as well. I thought we were very good against Havant. We should have won at Hampton, missed penalty, as Weston are going to go home tonight thinking about their missed penalty. I think there's a lot more in this group and in that dressing room than perhaps sometimes we hear or read about on social media. I know that's from my work as a commentator. I know everyone has a right to their opinion. I've learnt I'm not on social media and I never read it, but other people do, and it can have a negative effect on players who might feel they're being criticised harshly. Yeah, of course people are entitled to their opinion. I'm not denigrating the fans one iota, but I think tonight should be factored in, and the other home games recently should be factored in. And we are climbing the table. It's not been, nobody in our squad or in the staff thinks we've been fantastic or achieved what we want to achieve. But you have to know that things happen sometimes slower than you would want, but they are happening. I mean, Weston Super Mare are a good side. We put 4 goals past them, and I wish there would have been more people here to see it. I understand it's a very damp night. Not done my cold any good, but it's done my spirits a lot of good, and I hope it's done every Dartford fan spirits a lot of good too.
Yeah, you mentioned our home 4. We've won 4 on the spin here now, and it really does feel like we're starting to make this place into the fortress that it was last season again.
Yeah, I mean that phrase gets knocked around quite a lot, and it's a good phrase because you want people to come here. I think people come here and go, what a lovely stadium, and we want to play. And most of the teams that we've beaten have played well during the course of the games. And tonight the bright new lights had a nice baptism, didn't they, as well, to shine down it. Yeah, it was not the perfect performance. No one's pretending that, but 4 goals in this league takes a bit of doing, and maybe the last one had a touch of, I'm not saying a fluke, but it was an unusual goal, shall we say. I've seen millions of goals, literally millions of goals in my football watching life. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like that before. But sometimes you can say we've had a bit of bad luck. I thought we had a bit of bad luck at Hemel on Saturday. And maybe it's just evened out today, but very, very pleased for Douse, because he's the leader of the gang. There's no question about that. And obviously, I've been with him a long time, and I know what he goes through when things aren't quite right. So I hope those who watch this interview will recognise that we're doing our best, and we're doing it for Douse and the players likewise.
And moving forward, we've got Chelmsford next Tuesday. We don't have a game scheduled for this weekend, so a time to really get on the training pitch and work hard going into that game next Tuesday.
Well, actually, it's the opposite, and we're giving them the Thursday night off.
Oh, really?
Because we've played a lot recently, haven't we? And as you say, Chelmsford will be, hopefully it'll be a nicer night and a bigger crowd. The same result. No, we're training on Saturday, and I think they could do with a couple of days. Everybody put in a real shift, but then we had to bring off a couple of players because they were just really on the edge in terms of risking injury. You know, we couldn't do that. And one or two on the edge for risking cards, but we didn't escape that totally with Worley sending off. But I hope it's just given an injection of confidence to the players who were very down on Saturday. We felt that some of the decisions, you know, I'm a huge respecter of the referees, and you know, it's a terribly difficult job, and I've been lucky in my working life to meet all the best ones, you know. And you know, these are young men on the way up, and we should help them. But sometimes if that decision goes against you, like it did, one or two decisions went against on Saturday, you do get angry about it, and you wish you could use VAR probably. I'm not sure. Actually, I think VAR is very good, having worked with it in the Premier League. But you know, it is what it is. It's a really good club, this, and I want it to be successful forever. How long? Whoever's manager, whoever runs the club, whoever's on the board, you know, it's been a great story, Dartford, to get to this position. I know a bit more about the history because the lights were changed, and I now know when it was built, and I now know that when we came here with Kingstonian and lost 5-0, and I had to do the last few minutes because Douse was in the dressing room, and they were singing "You Should Have Stayed" on the telly, and I shouted back, "You're right, I should have done." So it's nice to be in the home dugout this time, and we've all enjoyed it. We've been here, 18 months, something like that now. And you have to work hard to get nights like this. We are smiling, but we're not complacent. We know there's a lot of room for improvement, and we crack on.
Thanks for your time, Martin.
Cheers.